Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video in the best class setups in the Modern Warfare series at the moment. Today we are looking at a very powerful sidearm that we've already taken a look at previously, but it is back again with the recent balance changes as being one of the best options in the most recent patch. Basically we are talking about the M19 here today of the Akimbo variety, and it does work in very fantastic combination with our newly changed sort of MP5 class setup that we did review in our most recent sort of big class setup video. Just before we do get into talking about our class setup here with the Akimbo M19s, let's try and get this one to 27 likes. For those of you out there who have been supporting me with all of the likes, comments, and subscriptions recently, we have probably managed to pass 2,100 subscribers by now, assuming all continues to go well as we've seen right now at the moment. We're on the way up there at the moment, so I guess we'll be looking at 2,200 very soon, hopefully. But if you haven't already done so, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of these best class setup videos that we've got going on at the moment. Lots of stuff to cover still, so make sure you don't miss out on any of it. Alrighty, as for our class setup here, we will start off with our primary option because this is actually very important here. Normally the primary doesn't play too much of a part with these particular sort of secondary class setups, but this particular option is very important here. So we are starting off with the MP5 in this M19 class setup with the monolithic integral suppressor for the sound suppression as well as the bullet velocity. Included in this is not talked about too much. We do get an increase to our damage range with this of about 10% or so. So this is probably the best barrel option for the MP5 right now. Very powerful option here. We're also taking the FSS close quarter stock over the FTAC collapsible. The FTAC collapsible does make us a little bit unreliable with our recoil control, makes it a little bit easier to get those sights up and nice bullets on target. We are also taking the Merc foregrip here for that recoil control and hipfire accuracy. Hipfire accuracy very powerful on most SMG classes in the game at the moment, so this is a very powerful option. We're taking the 45 round mags, not just for the extra bullets for our MP5, but also our extra bullets for our M19 class setup. And probably the most important attachment on this class setup at the moment, the fully loaded perk basically gives us maximum reserve ammo. Basically means we can have maximum ammo for our MP5, but more importantly for our M19s as well. You can of course run a riot shield in this slot, which is a little bit boring, but fully loaded gives us more bullets to spray down range with our Akimbo M19s, which is very important here, as if you do go on longer streaks with this, you will run out of bullets very quickly. As far as perks and sort of grenades go, we're looking for EOD for that explosive resistance. Very powerful option most of the time on those close quarters maps, long maps, sort of objective based game modes. People love the explosives in this game. Chucking C4s over walls is super strong. In the perk 2 slot, we do have Ghost here, which makes us undetectable on those UAVs, but you probably knew that already. Basically, everybody is running a UAV at the moment to try and learn these new maps and stuff like that, get good information, which is very important. So Ghost makes it a little bit harder for people to track us down. And in the last slot, we are running, of course, Tracker, which does let us see enemy footprints and a bunch of stuff with death markers, which is super powerful for being able to get that little bit of extra information and then sprint up behind people and just spray them down with our Akimbo pistols or our MP5. Very powerful here. Of course, as I said, the C4 is a very strong option in this game at the moment. Chuck it over a wall, around a corner, use it as a fake smoke screen. Very powerful option here. Multiple choices to use with this. And lastly, the tactical, we do have the stim shot here. Basically, just getting an extra chance per life is super important. So, as for our attachment for the Akimbo M19, we're going for a little bit extended damage range, but mostly focusing on being able to kill people at close range. Very important here. So we're looking for like a faster fire rate, more damage range, being able to shoot 2 pistols at the same time. Very powerful option here. A lot of people overlook the naturally high ammo count on the M19, and we don't have to run any ammunition sort of attachments here. Like a 32 round mags would be absolutely insane, but I think it's like a 17 round mag automatically, so that's very powerful. So we sort of can skip over this here. We're of course taking the Akimbo perk to bring this class together, basically 2 weapons in each hand, or well, 1 weapon in each hand rather. Very powerful close range option. Combine that with the rest of the attachments here. With the lightweight trigger, we do get a very fast fire rate here, able to spray those bullets down range as quickly as possible. You've got 2 options in the laser slot with the 1 milliwatt option, giving that hipfire accuracy, which I think is probably a very good option if you aren't looking to give away your position with your lasers. But if you are sprinting around the map very often, sort of looking to be very aggressive here, the hipfire accuracy and sprint to fire speed from the 5 milliwatt laser while giving you that visible laser is probably the better option for those aggressive players who like to sprint around the map very quickly. We're also including the XRKL super barrel for that damage range, bullet velocity and recoil control. I know the larger barrel options do increase our hipfire spread slightly, but I don't think this is a real issue as it's only a minuscule increase to our hipfire. Our hipfire accuracy goes from being very small to slightly less small. So it's not too big of a deal here, and we do get a huge amount of benefits with this here. Plus, we don't aim down sight, so that's not a consideration at all. And lastly, the monolithic suppressor. Again, sound suppression and damage range. Sound suppression always a good option here, and damage range allowing us to fight a little bit further away. Again, I'm pretty sure this does increase our hip fire spread slightly, making it slightly bigger than it would be normally, but I think this is still one of the best options for this at the moment. Increasing our damage range by about 10 to 15% is very, very powerful here. So this is what we're going to go with the M19 Akimbo. Very, very powerful close range option. You can use this as a primary on its own. It's that powerful, but typically I do recommend these classes just as a perfect sidearm option for most weapons in the game. Like if you are running sort of this MP5 class setup that we do have here, this is a perfect combination, but you can pretty much include the Akimbo M19s on a sniper class, an assault rifle, pretty much anything that you do want to run it on. This will do a fantastic job for you here. We are going to jump into some gameplay here. So for those of you who are going to drop out of the video at this stage, I do appreciate you stopping by. But as I said, we're going to drop into some gameplay now with some tips for this particular weapon. So this should be a fairly good game to sort of spray off what we can do with this particular class setup. Team Defender is a very, very interesting game mode. Like a lot of people don't really know what to do, so they don't typically play the objective too much, but we can do some serious work here on Shoot House, which is one of the best maps for this particular class setup. Like you can just see here, just absolutely mincing people. It's always good to be able to pull out the MP5 and just get those sights up nice and quickly and pretty much spray whoever you want down. But it's also good to have this close range option. Like, we can typically just show off how good these pistols are. How did that dude not do anything about us there? I don't know what some people do in this game, like, with their time. I don't know what happens. Like, people play this game in such a strange way. Hopefully this game isn't going to end too quickly and we can actually get some serious work done here. But I'm pretty sure somebody is about to come up here very, very soon. I'm just going to wait for him here, bitch it out a little bit. Okay, didn't come out. But yeah, with the MP5 right now, we have taken off the no stock or the F-Tac collapsible attachment just for that recoil control that we sort of lose with this is sort of not really worth it anymore for that increase of the movement speed. Like we're fine for movement speed on SMGs, so taking that no stock or the F-Tac collapsible isn't too necessary a lot of the time. So it's a good option to sort of swap out here. We're going to take the flag and we're going to work with it here. We want to get these points, we want to get these kills while we do have the flag. So people do know where we are on the map right now, which is a little bit of a problem, but we are going to do our best to not let them kill us. We're going to play very close to this wall here and basically just spray down anyone who does try and pick us off here. Like that, another good kill there. Move. I gotta go. Okay, very, very close there to being executed. Why are you shooting me through the wall? How are you shooting me through the wall? Still one here. I knew he was there, but I couldn't do an awful lot about it. As you can see, we do have a very, very good time with this particular option here. Basically just spraying down people very, very quickly. As well as the MP5 still being one of the best weapons in the game, period. Not just best SMGs, like just such a good option. But as you can see there, even when we don't have two pistols out, we can still do some serious work. That was a very, very short gameplay option here, but I mean, the M19 sort of speaks for itself in fact that it is very, very powerful at close ranges, and hopefully we did do a decent job of showing it off there. We'll have our final thoughts on this particular class setup in just a second, because that was a little bit short. 13 and 2 is not too bad in such a short amount of time. We're pretty happy with that, and we did hold the flag for 40 seconds, which is interesting considering we joined the game like late, and we had one of the best sort of records. Let me look at the scoreboard. 40 seconds. Nobody else held the, 40 seconds. I joined the game with like 2 minutes to go and I was one of the top players on that team. So as for that very, very short gameplay sort of representation of our class setup here, you just know that this is a very, very powerful close range option. You pull them up on pretty much anyone who does get too close and you just shred them. Like even if you are sort of using that stim shot to heal yourself, you can just still do some serious work even with only one pistol, which is absolutely hilarious. So imagine just how powerful it is when you do have two constantly. As I said, with this particular class setup, we can get away with running the MP5 as it is still a fantastic option in this game. And I feel like the FSS close quarter stock is a fantastic replacement for the F-Tac collapsible. Being able to get those sights up super quickly while not losing that sort of accuracy that we do want with the MP5 is very, very important. But the fully loaded perk in combination with the Akimbo M19s is very, very strong for going on those longer streaks with this dumb Akimbo class setup. So this is a perfect option for running with pretty much any weapon that you do want here. Like you can run with a sniper, as I said, assault rifle class setups, shotguns, whatever you want. And then you pull out your close range option, very, very powerful to just blast people away. Anyway, if you did enjoy this one and it did help you out at all with your favorites or my favorite secondary in this game at the moment with the M19s, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here. Of course, we're still working our way up these subscriber goals now. I think we're looking at 2,200, which is very, very exciting. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!